Well, hello there. Welcome back to Readings at the Round Table for your monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer, and I'm very happy to be here. I'll be honest with you. This has been a really interesting month for me. I got a cold at the beginning of November. I haven't been able to do a lot of my live shows, and my voice is still a little bit sketchy, so you may see me like in between eating a lot of cough drops or hitting pause a lot because and having the video being a little disjointed because of my coughing. But I have gotten through a really bad cold that went to a sinus infection and then an ear infection, which I haven't had in forever. So I am very happy to be able to report to you for your monthly numerology in December. Oh yeah, here we go. I have a lot to tell you about December. Okay, so the last month of 2024 is really wrapping up this wonderful 8-year with a lot of like interesting stuff happening, and also helping push this year of manifesting that we've had, this year of intense manifesting energy, abundance, like whichever way we went with it. Remember how at the beginning of this year I said this can be a year of abundance, like you can manifest an abundance of really good things or abundance of really crappy things. So it's been an interesting year for this little Virgo, I'm just saying. But December is not going to shortchange us at all. We kick off December, the last month of this 8-year, with a new moon in Sagittarius. New moon in Sagittarius hits its peak on December 1st at 1:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know. It's good. And I have a little surprise for you when I get to the end of the month. So, well, I don't have a surprise. I'm just reporting it. You understand. On December 6th, we have Mars going retrograde in Leo. Now, Mars in Leo going retrograde. Mars goes retrograde every couple of years. And the last time it went retrograde, it was in Gemini for like 8 months. And that was just like a nightmare for me personally. I don't know. A lot of other people experience the same thing because Mars in Gemini, not its finest place, not a happy place. Mars in Leo, pretty okay. It is. However, Mars going retrograde in Leo is telling us to slow down, is telling us to stop, think, before we act, before we speak, before we start communicating with people. Like, really just stop and slow down, because Mars in Leo is more, it is internal, but it's more of more about recentering things, because this is putting, or we're starting to recognize some of the challenging aspects that are coming towards us when we're trying to reach our goals or we're trying to move forward in any way. One guy online said it was like moving through sludge. It is. It's slowing us down. Excuse me. Because we need that time to recenter, and we need that time to reflect, and we need that time to look around at the challenges that are coming towards us, keeping us or slowing us down from moving forward, because we may need to be in that place of reflection or recentering. And that's especially true for the fixed signs, because Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius are going to be feeling this at the first part of Mars going retrograde. Mars is again retrograde in Leo until January 6th, when Mars retrogrades back into Cancer, and now we're putting the cardinal signs in the hot seat: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And Mars will be retrograde until February 23rd. Now, when Mars goes retrograde into our like super sensitive Cancer, that's going to make it more of an internal reflection. So just some like fun happenings here in December. On December 7th, we have Venus moving into Aquarius, and we also have Neptune going direct. Venus in Aquarius is fun-filled. I mean, Aquarius is fun-filled. How many Aquarians do you know that are just like, they're the life of the party? I gotta tell you, there's a couple of Aquarians, and you know who you are, that when you guys call me and say, hey, I need an appointment, I will drop everything to run to your phone call and be like, what you got? What you got? I love it. On the 15th, we got some good news because Mercury is going direct in Sagittarius. What? And it's coming at the perfect time because we also have a full moon in Sagittarius on the same day, on the 15th. And for some reason, I don't have it written down as to what time that is, which seems a little odd to me. So let me just go back to my calendar that I put down here. Full moon 4:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it hits its peak. Yeah. Thank you, Llewellyn. Am I right? On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Capricorn at 4:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 24th, we have Christmas Eve for those of you that celebrate. On the 25th, we have, again, Christmas Day for those of you that celebrate. But also, Hanukkah begins on the same day. Happy Hanukkah. On the 26th, we have Kwanzaa beginning. And on the 30th, here's that little bonus, that little special treat for all of us. We have our second new moon of the month. New moon in Capricorn that hits its peak at 5:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did double check that time. It is 5:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time according to my Llewellyn's calendar. This is, of course, our second new moon. So this is a black moon, to use the vernacular. This is typically more intense energy. So we have a lot of our pagan friends, like a lot of our Wiccan friends, that they use this energy in rituals and spells or intentions because it's definitely more intense and it intensifies all of those practices. This is definitely a very powerful time, and I love that we're wrapping up an 8-year in this powerful energy. I love it. So just get your intentions, set your intentions for the 2025, the 9-year that's coming. I think this is lining us up perfectly. I love it. So we are wrapping up December. We're wrapping up 2024 with 3 planets and South Node in air, 2 planets in fire plus North Node, 2 planets in water, and 2 planets in earth. We also have 3 planets that are retrograde: Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars. So I really do feel like this is an excellent time. It's very balanced energy. We don't have just like everything in fire or everything in earth. It's really, really balanced energy, and I dig it. I really do. So I want to get out the crystal of the month. You know I didn't forget. So let's see what that is. The crystal of the month is rhodonite, not rhodochrosite, which I mean, those names get mixed up a lot, but it is rhodonite. So I want you guys to see this. It's so lovely. I have lots of different specimens of this. It is primarily pink with a lot of black in it. However, there are some that have more pink than black. I mean, this is a good example. It came from the same batch, so, you know, this I can't, you know, I knew that was going to happen. This is more pink on one side, a little bit gray. And then I have some of these that I love these, but they want to roll around. These 2 are fine examples that, again, I just wanted to give you guys some really great examples of rhodonite before I read from the books. So one book is, there it is, rhodonite. It has healing properties of intoning practices to escalate sound and amplify your connection. It is also excellent. It is an excellent heartstone that helps shed old patterns and pain, which when I looked at the definition itself, it's the exact same. But I like that because, when we have the new moon, and especially with 2 new moons in 1 month, when we have that new moon energy, if you are doing work with the new moon and the full moon, if you're following that rhythm, we release, when we hit that pinnacle of the new moon, we release all the things that we've been steadily releasing from the full moon to the new moon. And we just have one massive, just like push it all out so that we can clear the space to manifest from the new moon to the full moon. I mean, the day after the new moon is when I technically start manifesting. But it's a good time to release this old energy. And I think that is fantastic because we need to do that in order to make way for the new stuff coming in, the new things that we're bringing in. Which, again, this book, I love this book too. An emotional balancer that nurtures love and encourages the brotherhood of humanity. Oh, we need that. It stimulates and heals the heart. It grounds energy, balances yin and yang, and aids in achieving one's highest potential. This stone has strong resonance with forgiveness and assists in reconciliation after long-term pain and abuse, and is beneficial in emotional self-destruction and codependency. I like this. In past life healing, it deals with betrayal and abandonment, clearing away emotional wounds and scars from the past, whenever that might be. I like that because it could be anytime, right? It could be from past life or just last week. Whenever that might be, and bringing up painful emotions for transmutation. It promotes unselfish self-love and forgiveness. It helps in taking back projections that blame a partner for what is really inside oneself. It is a useful first aid stone. Rhodonite heals emotional shock and panic, supporting the soul during the process. It turns back insults, prevents retaliation. It recognizes that revenge is self-destructive and assists in remaining calm in dangerous or upsetting situations. Rhodonite. These are fantastic books, by the way. The Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall, and of course, Crystal Therapy by and Judith Lukombowski. I think I'm saying that right. Lukomsky, yes, Crystal Therapy. And I think you can still purchase that book even though that one name isn't on there anymore. So, just going to put that right back up there so that we can look at this all month on any of my videos. I know, I like to do that. Well, I like to do that now that I've started this. Okay, I will also be reading from 2 different cards as per usual. Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland and the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen, we're not saying her name. But those are the cards that I'll be pulling from for this month. I am truly, truly excited that we all have come this far in 2024. It's been a really interesting year for me personally. I would love to know how it's been for you. And I also want to get to these numbers and see what your personal numerology is for the last month of this 8-year. Hey everybody, real quick, full disclosure. This is another day of recording because my voice just like totally gave out. So I had to continue this on a different day. So, trying to keep up the continuity, not good at that. I try really hard because I'm a Virgo and I really like for things to be perfect. But the sun is shining today, and it hasn't been because it's been raining a lot. It's been really cloudy. And so I'm not bitching because the sun's shining. I love that it's a sunny day, but I really like it has to be sunny like right now after the cat has just pulled down my blackout shade. It's really perfect. So the lighting is going to look different. Hopefully my voice lasts like the rest of the readings that I'm doing today. Because I also have a couple of clients scheduled in. So we'll see how that goes. But one other thing is I've been doing projects with my kids. So I've paint on my fingers. They're not dirty. Please do not come at me in the comments or DM me or anything and tell me that my hands are dirty and that I should take better care. I've been doing projects with my kids and they are like, they don't look the freshest, okay? But they are clean. I have washed my hands. I've scrubbed them. But there's still some paint and there's still some stuff like on my fingernails. So whatever. But still very, very excited to see all of you back. And let's see what your individual numbers have for you. Hello, Life Path 44. Oh my gosh. It's the last month of a 44-8 year, and it's a 1 month for you. This is a fantastic way to wrap up like your year with a new beginning, with like stepping into that vibration and that energy of the one. And it's also really great to like have that starting out, like having that energy, ending your year, 44-8 year, ending that year, but starting out in a 9 year with a 9 month in January, and then having it like bounce right back into that new beginning in February. Now, I know I'm going off on that, but let's stay in 2024 because that's where we still are. I'm sorry. My throat, my voice, I'm just like, one more video. I can do this, right? Right? So, with this December being a 1 month for you, this is going to be all about new beginnings, independence, inspiration, leadership, and initiative. So the mantra of the one is, I am inspiration. I fearlessly direct my creative ideas into action. Fantastic, really. Because this is a time to get really creative with the ideas that are coming into you. All that inspiration that's coming into you is giving you all these just fantastic, powerful ideas and the courage to move forward. They're not leaving you hanging in the courage department. They're giving you the courage to move forward and say, okay, there's a lot of opportunities here for me. There's a lot of ideas, executive abilities that are coming to the surface for me, and I'm really, really going to take advantage of it. This is a fantastic time for you to discover additional or much needed confidence in yourself, confidence in your abilities, confidence in that you can make these dreams into reality. This is a wonderful time to re-examine the ideas, the dreams, the thoughts, the things that you've been journaling about or mood boarding. This is a great time for you to take those things off the shelf, off the paper, out of the notebook, and just say, I'm going to polish this up. I'm going to look at it with a new perspective, and I'm going to make this happen. It really can. It can make it work because you see the potential in a lot of the ideas that are coming your way. And sometimes it's not always the right time or the right opportunity to act on those ideas, but that's why we journal them. That's why we write them down. That's why we put them on the shelf and we pull them out at a later time when it is a more appropriate idea, because you can see the potential in like what's around you, into those ideas, into that stream of consciousness. I truly love this. I truly love this because it's showing that there's a lot of resourcefulness out there for you to grab. This is a year of abundance, and you are seeing that you are the resource that the universe has brought you. Oh, yeah. I mean, because that's who you are. You're the master healer. You're the architect. You're the alchemist. You create powerful, life-altering achievements. This is a 1 month for you. This is a great time for you to initiate that positive impact and really show what an original thinker you are. I love it. I truly, truly love it. This is a Genesis time for you. It really is. The lesson of the 1 is to push through insecurities and doubts while developing confidence in your own brilliance. And I will say, even as a 44, sometimes you need a little boost of confidence. Sometimes you need that just, of just like running into it. The shadow side of a 1 is isolation, insecurity, and doubt. And when we're feeling those things, when we're in a 1 month or 1 year, it can come off as selfish, lazy, or even aggressive. So it's not selfish, lazy, or aggressive, but it is that feeling of isolation, that feeling of insecurity and doubt, which causes us to isolate ourselves. So when you're starting to feel that in this month, in December, just step back and just go, okay, I feel this, but we're not going to embrace it. We're not going to camp out in it, 44. We're not going to do it, because December for you is really a time of discovering confidence. It's a time of initiative. It's a time of courage. And this is so, so perfect for you. It really is. Because sometimes you can put too much emphasis on control. That's one of your shadow sides. Sometimes you can put too much of an unhealthy focus on success. That's okay. We're not going to camp out in it. We're going to acknowledge it, but not camp out in it. We're not going to let that drive us into a place of insecurity and doubt. The mantra of the 44, I'm just going to remind you of your mantra. I am the vibrant light of magnificence, and I humbly serve. So perfect. The lesson of the 44 is to empower others, have a positive impact on the world, and acknowledge who they truly are while doing the same for yourself. Helping others to acknowledge who they truly are while doing the same for yourself. It's time to do that with this 1 month, because it's all about the individuality and it's all about your confidence. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, 44. This has been, for me, the 44 8-year has been really challenging, but really, really growth inspiring. And I thank you. It has really been an abundant year for me, but it's also been a time of realizing that I'm the resource that the universe wants me to use and see. Well, that card just really wanted to come out, didn't it? All right, let's see what the cards have for you. Whew, my throat, my voice. I'm so glad it's hung on today for the last, maybe the last recording I have. I don't know if I have to re-record anything, but we'll see when I do the edits. Oh, come on. Focus. Focus. Canon. There you go. Nematoma. Nematona. Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a place of power, a power place, to connect with the divine. That is fantastic. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And creating an altar is, I mean, it's fairly easy, but I think, you know, I think in 2025, I am going to do a show on creating an altar. Because for me, I think that there's a lot of people that feel like that belongs in a church or it belongs to like pagans or something, and it doesn't. It does, like anything can be an altar in our home. I mean, I have one that's kind of obvious in my office, but I also have a lot that are disguised in my house. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Full moon in Scorpio is time to release negativity. Yes, it's time to release negativity, which is perfect as we are moving into this 9-year, but it's also perfect because we have like these kind of powerful retrogrades, I want to say, in December. So Mars going retrograde, you know, only happens every couple of years. And I do think this is a good time to release. I mean, really. Okay. Okay, full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense, just like the 2 new moons that we have coming for us in December. Okay, sorry. Come back into focus. Come on, Canon. There we go. Okay. It's a time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life could improve now if you make the effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. Attune to the moon. Emote. It's all better out than in. You know, my great grandmother used to say that all the time. There's more room out than there is in. And she said that about a multitude of things. It wasn't just emotions. It wasn't just gas. But it is. It's a multitude of things. There's more room out than there is in. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for sticking around with me in this crazy 2024 year, this 44-8 year. I've had a lot of growth. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs, but I feel really, really good here as we're on the precipice of the last month of 2024. I feel really, really good about it, and thank you for being around. I look forward to doing like a whole new series, a whole new set of things in 2025 as we enter this 9-year. I can't wait to see what it brings for you, Life Path 44. But until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.